Without further ado, we'd like to welcome our first two speakers, Akira Yabuuchi and Dr. Vidya Kethireddy.
Hello, I am Akira Yabuuchi, CEO of Juice Products New Zealand Limited, and Vidya, our Technical and Quality Manager.
Hi there.
Firstly, I would like to introduce our company briefly. We are producing natural healthy products like carrot juice concentrate in South Island of New Zealand. We are one of the biggest carrot juice producers in the world. And we are a member of the Sumitomo Corporation Group. I also introduce our parent company before explaining our business activity. Sumitomo Corporation is one of the most excellent global company in Japan. We are ranked in the Fortune Global 500 for 25 years. Sumitomo's business activity are well diversified across all over the business area. JPNG belonging to Living, Retail, and Real Estate Business Unit. Our business activity are aligned with the Sumitomo's corporate message that is enriching lives and the world. JPNG processes 70,000 tons of carrot annually, which is almost half of the total carrot production in New Zealand. We are supplying our products all over the world, but we are also producing 20,000 tons of pomace, which is our byproducts. Currently, that is used for the stock feed. However, we would like to add the value on it to achieve healthy and sustainable world. We have an idea to upcycle our pomace to symbiotic products. We believe it will contribute to everybody's healthy life in circular economy. I would like to ask Vidya to explain our challenge.
Thank you, Yabi. On behalf of JPNZ, I would like to present the innovation challenge to the enthusiastic and highly motivated professionals and entrepreneurs. We would like you to develop a symbiotic product with Carrot Pomace. As the term goes, symbiotic is a product which combines the benefits of probiotics and prebiotics either complementarily or synergistically. The familiar terms in the conversation currently are probiotics and to a lesser extent prebiotics. Probiotics are the good microbes in the gut, which have a wide range of health benefits. Prebiotics, on the other hand, are designed to fuel the survival of probiotics that are already living in the guts. Symbiotic will, by definition, is a mixture of live microorganisms and substrates selectively utilized by host microorganisms that confer health benefit to the host. The points of concern here are the terms prebiotics and synbiotics. And we would like to know the function of prebiotics. So the prebiotics are mostly fibers that are non-digestible food ingredients that beneficially affect the host's health. They selectively simulate the growth or activity of some genera of microorganisms, for example, lactobacilli and bifidobacteria in the colon. So the prebiotics, which are non-digestible carbohydrates, in particular non-digestible oligosaccharides, according to some studies, are inulin, pectin, and they exhibit health benefits like reducing the prevalence and duration of diarrhea, relief from inflammation and other symptoms associated with intestinal bowel disorder. Protective effects of prevention of colon cancer have also been noted. These substances have been implicated in enhancing the bioavailability and uptake of minerals, lowering cardiovascular disease, promoting satiety and weight loss. So when we are talking about prebiotics and the connection between carrots and carrot pomace, where this is helpful is carrots contain fructooligosaccharides, inulin, and pectin. And carrot pomace also is rich in dietary fiber, which includes pectin, hemicellulose, and cellulose. During the juice production, the carrot pomace still has some residual sugars and residual beta-carotene. Sugars in this pomace will be helpful as a food material for the probiotics, and beta-carotene by itself has health benefits too. So what is our expectation in using our carrot pomace in making a symbiotic? So we want to achieve a symbiotic product which uses carrot pomace as the prebiotic component, and we would like to have full key evidentiary support requirements met. That is, if you are going to make a synergistic symbiotic or a complementary symbiotic, we would need at least one conclusive study in the target host to demonstrate these outcomes. The health outcomes and the selective utilization of substrate by host must be demonstrated in the same study. So when all these studies are done, we expect to get an application, and there would be IP involved. So we would like for the full description of the application, adequate description of the substrate prebiotic components that have been helpful for creation of this symbiotic inside the carrot pomace, the structure and purity of the substrate, the dosages and specification of the microbial strains has to be described. The timing and route of administration needs to be understood. The IP around this is understood to be shared. So the resultant innovation, as we see, would bring about a collaborative working together of different organizations within Sumitomo Corporation as well as Enterprise Singapore, and will aid in bringing out an innovative product which will help towards the sustainable development goals that Sumitomo Corporation has. Thank you.
Kia ora. Hello to Dr. Vidya and Akira-san. Thank you so much for joining us in this Q&A session. I believe it's evening time in New Zealand, just past 6 p.m. So hi, how are you guys?
Good, thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Wonderful. So we've got a couple of questions that we'd like to pose to you coming in from our Pigeonhole Q&A platform. So the first question is, will JPNZ provide pilot trial facilities for companies who partner them?
Pilot trial wise, at least for the microbiology side of things, we do not have such facilities at the moment. But in terms of our particular substrate component that we would like to present, yes, to a certain extent.
Okay. So moving on with the second question that we have for you, what is JPNZ's stand if an IP was developed in the course of co-development?
It would be a shared IP. That was our discussion on, that is what we presented as well.
Okay, we've got a few more questions, burning questions, I must say. What are the nutritional content that can potentially be extracted from carrot pomace?
Mainly, there are certain components such as beta-carotene. There is still some residual beta-carotene left in our pomace, so that could be helpful. There is some sugars that will be helpful for the probiotics to grow. But main thing that we would like to promote is there's lots of fiber, and that is the important part here. And this component is what will work within the symbiotic product development.
Okay, we've got more questions coming through. Will JPNZ assist in testing the effectiveness of the product? If so, how will it be performed?
The test part, I guess within my presentation, I have provided that this testing has to be done probably in an academic setting, because we would have some regulatory requirements to meet. And the evidentiary support needs to come from a proper double-blind study, randomized double-blind study, in terms of the efficacy of the probiotic component, as well as the fact that if we are going to claim it to be a complementary or a synergistic symbiotic, we need to prove that conclusively. So within this project, I believe there would be involvement not only with the 2 participating companies or any more people, such as academic experts can also be involved.
Just a couple more questions for you. What will be JPNZ's contribution in the project if I have an idea on improving the nutritional value of the Carrot Pomace?
We are currently working on our side with diversifying our product portfolio. In that regard, we are trying to make a powder form of pomace. In mostly very loosely put, we would like to get the fiber components extracted. So I think that knowledge will help within the product development we are looking forward to use with the probiotic together.
Okay, one final question before we move on. Must it come with prebiotics or probiotic strains in the solutions?
The prebiotic is where we come in the picture. The probiotic strains is where we would like a partner company to come with their expertise. Especially, I believe, where we definitely need some input is the fact that when we have conceptualized how we want to administer this intervention, then I guess the forms will be important. Is it going to be solid or powder form, or is it going to be liquid form? Especially, here's where we need a collaboration. So if it is going to be, let's say, probiotics as powder, it's very easy to formulate and very easy to independently market as well. However, if you're, or even if it is created in such a way in a liquid form, but easily miscible, then that's going to be quite helpful, I guess. And I hope I answered the question, but if there is anything need to be clarified, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much for that sharing and answering all the questions that we had for you. So once again, thank you so much to Akira-san and Dr. Vidya for presenting here in our session. Thank you so much.
Once again, thank you.